to me, this contest is more of a freedom of speech. Of you either use it or lose it. Sometimes freedom of speech is offensive.
Okay,
but
it can be.
The whole point of the freedom of speech is to be tolerant and be grateful that we have it.
It's not there to discuss the weather, right?
No, it's so when we do this, I think we should address it as, you know, like regardless of how you feel about this image, you still need to respect the fact that this is an art of freedom of speech. And that
we're free to create our own image, though.
We are. I have some that are cool.
Yeah? You said maybe you had some stencils, too, or something cool, right?
I have Infowars stencils.
Oh, okay.
I have Infowars stencils. I don't have any Obama stencils or anything like that. But address it as like a freedom of speech issue because that will get everybody on board because everybody's for freedom. That's
you mean like we should address the fact that we have the ability to say this about Obama and call him out?
Yeah, that this is a freedom of speech and that people die in other countries to even possess a picture of this in their home of one of their leaders.
Right.
So we need to get out there and express this and hey, we are not afraid to speak our minds.
Right.
You know, and then I think in the last part of it, we could kind of explain, you know, in the speech a bit about how, why it's related to Hitler and bring up things like HR 1650, bring up things like HR 3200.
Right. But a lot of people do kind of turn off right away. So as soon as you start saying Nazi this or Nazi that, a lot of people immediately shut down.
That's got to come at the end. The whole beginning part of it has to get people pumped up because liberty unites. Everybody loves freedom. It doesn't matter who you are. So if we bring it to the side of this is freedom of expression, of speech, of this and that, and I can write up something fucking brilliant. Okay. And I've already been brainstorming things. I could write something up, a speech that will go about, I was thinking maybe 3 minutes. Because anything too long turns people out. Anything too short is not gonna
YouTube video, the best is probably like 3 to 4 minutes, like a song.
Yeah, exactly. And we can even do a song in the background or something with the speech, but it's just been the slideshow. And in 3 minutes, if all we have is images of slides going this, 3 minutes straight of different locations, different signs. There's a lot of signs posted.
Put it on fast speed.
And the audio is in the background with the explanation, so you don't need to be doing the interviews on camera because we want to get as much hosted as possible.
It'd be better if it was like a really super strong presentation too, and like we just package the whole thing with like a grip. Like
well,
the
we could
video
do a part 2 to it, and the part 2, like when we could do the entry, and then the part 2 could be like the footage. Because I still say we walk around, do interviews, footage, stuff like that, but we'll edit it.
Oh well, we got phase 1 and phase 2. So before Friday at midnight, what do you think we should be focused on?
I think we should be focusing on next week for 10 grand. I mean, I know we can win both, but I mean, fuck.
Wait, you don't have to. Do you have to compete?
You know, you could do both. He said you could do both. You could be eligible for both. If you win the first one, you can still win the second one.
I know, but can you start in phase 2 if you weren't involved in phase 1?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. We can still enter one in phase 1, but I say we bust out the masterpiece for phase 2.
And
it gives us more time.
Right, and we really put it together tight.
And we really put it together tight.
And we get the most, I mean,
to the point, and then link it to when they're done watching it on YouTube. It goes like David Lake, you know, part 2 of the thing, and then that's where all the interviews and commentary and your report would come in.
Yeah.
But the entry itself, I think, needs to be.
Yeah, no, we'll keep it separate. This is 2 separate contests.
Yeah.
I'm here on camera. I didn't even set this up, but I'm here with my friend, and we're discussing the Stop the Dictator Obama contest on Infowars.com. You might know that DLAKE for PREZ is in the Infowars reporter contest. And you know what? I wasn't really a contest guy before this contest. Now I'm getting all hyped up. I got this really smart friend here, and she's got a bunch of great ideas. And I got a couple of ideas, right?
Yeah.
Alright, and we're discussing phase 1, phase 2. What's our best plan of attack? How are we going to win this contest? How are we going to win that money? And how are we going to get the word out? And what exactly is the word that we want to say? And what's the message that we want to spread? What's our main message that we want to get out?
Freedom of speech.
Alright.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
No matter how offensive one may find it, it is still a freedom to be able to express opinion
Right. And how many different medias have you even cartoon characters and stuff like that? Have you seen that wacky Hitler mustache on something like that?
Oh.
So we slap a little Hitler sort of trademark mustache that everybody knows about onto Obama. It's kind of the easiest way to say, you know, he's turning into Hitler, and we're going to hell in a handbasket. Neither my friend or I want to see that for this country, and we want to be able to express our opinions. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but...
It's not so much just Obama. I think you could almost put a Hitler stash on every president since Woodrow Wilson, except for maybe Kennedy.
Alright.
Kennedy, I would say no, but he was the one that tried to go against the Fed, and they shot him. So, yeah, I think the rest of them were just puppets of the eugenics.
That's a lot of Hitler mustaches. If we only had one Hitler mustache and we had all the presidents going back to Wilson, who are you going to slap it on first?
Me?
Yeah. I mean, who's your all-time?
I would have to say Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson gets the stash?
Woodrow Wilson would get the stash. He's the one that sided with the banksters and started the Fed. He started the League of Nations. He tried to start he was a globalist, man. He was all for one world government.
Well, I thought he was like the biggest sucker in history, and he was like the first one to get taken the most advantage of. It's really been these global involved all along.
Oh, it is them all along, but I'm sure
you think he was the first puppet? I mean,
he's not the first puppet. No, but he's the first douchebag that acted on it.
I think we might also.
He's the first douchebag that took the gravy with his biscuit.
Wouldn't it be good to point out though that I mean, for people, and we're trying to put a Hitler mustache on, let's say Obama, and
you put one on Romney too.
Romney gets a stash, and you know what? The buck doesn't stop with either of those gentlemen.
Clinton gets a stash.
Clinton gets a stash.
Bush gets a stash. Bush Sr. gets a stash. Nixon definitely gets the stash.
That's what one of our images should maybe be, is all those presidents. Get one of those more recent ones. Maybe we only got Carter.
Like all the presidents with the stash except for what, Lincoln, Jackson, and maybe Kennedy looking at him.
We get one of those pages that has all the presidents in their ovals and, you know, their portraits.
The 44.
And yeah, like 44 presidents, and then like, you know,
stash the ones
we stash the ones that get that Hitler stash, and that, you know, the other ones, they get like red, white, and blue flags and stuff like that. Medals and gold stars.
Oh man, people need to wake up, man. The first Revolutionary War, we wanted to get away from the banks.
And
didn't want the taxes without representation. No taxation without equal representation. Really, you think you're equally represented in your Congress and Senate? Can you afford a lobbyist? Seriously?
What about conspiracy theories and being labeled a conspiracy theorist?
What is, like, being a disease, like a mental illness?
I mean, I'm saying it like it's really derogatory, and I'm trying to demonize you and say you're into conspiracy theories, and that makes you a bad person, and you're probably nuts and crazy in the head, and you need to go see a doctor immediately.
Our forefathers were conspiracy theorists.
Right.
Our forefathers were conspiracy theorists. If questioning the government and questioning everything I read and see and wanting to know truth is like a bad thing, what a sad, sad world.
Right.
Yo, most of these rap cats don't know where it started, where it came from. We've been repping this shit since day one, digging in the greats originators. Why niggas playing haters, knowing damn well they can't fade us.